Right, I'm live, yeah. Okay, guys, Louis live. Hi, it's Elvis Presley, long lost footage. I've just been in the rain, so I'm all wet. Me and Yasmin. I've got 20 minutes before I have to take Yasmin to a dance class. So I thought, why not? The truth is, I am. Hang on, that's not the one. In case you don't know, I started on my Elvis journey on YouTube with shorts. So I thought, let's introduce you guys to my shorts. So I just thought we'll just go through them. I wonder if it will let me go. Let's have a look. Hang on, let me just. Well, I'm on the shorts here, but I want to play some of the older ones. How can I do that? Let's see if it will let me look at my older shorts. So welcome to Elvis Presley.
Let her tell what she thought, and then I want to know what you wanted.
We have 3 channels. Defending Elvis Presley, obviously we defend Elvis. Elvis Presley fan on keto, health related, and Elvis. And then Elvis Presley long lost footage. The idea with that channel is we have vintage videos, but we also have general Elvis stuff as well. And that's where we are now. So I'm going to go to my Defending Elvis Presley channel on YouTube. We're going to go to the shorts and we're going to see if we can play you some. I want to go play some quite old ones. To remember, I never used to do Elvis Presley. It was all cars and family stuff. So let's see if we can scan through. Look, there's loads here. Look. So fixing cars, bringing up my kids. Hang on a minute. Let's see. So we did Lisa Marie, Elvis, and Priscilla. I wasn't defending Elvis back then. I wasn't exposing Priscilla. So some of the Priscilla videos I did actually aren't too bad. So let's listen to Lisa.
What, close to your father?
Yes.
It was a daddy-daughter kind of thing?
Yeah, very much.
What was he like as a father?
Very, adoring, very sweet, very, I knew that he was crazy about me.
Did he ever sing with him?
Not with, he'd have me sing for him on the table or, sing.
Put you up on a table and have you sing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know what he was to the world at 9?
Yeah, in some weird way, I definitely got sort of grooved into the whole idea early on. So I don't know how that happened. That was my life. I didn't know any different.
Beautiful.
Close to you?
Beautiful. So remember, the way we would do these is I was just beginning. I taught myself how to use CapCut, which is a free app on your phone, editing. The editing used to take hours and hours. So I would just piece things together, little videos, pictures. Now I would have to make the pictures move because of copyright rules. So I made the pictures spin and go up and down just so that YouTube wouldn't copyright strike me. So let's just click on a few.
Did you ever see each other after the divorce?
Oh, absolutely, all the time. Absolutely.
So a relationship continued of some sort.
Absolutely.
But you were the tough mother and he was the soft father. Oh. Very typical, by the way.
I know.
And when Elvis died, Lisa Marie was what, 9?
She was 9 years old. Mm-hmm.
Where were you that day?
I was at home. Well, actually, I was on my way to an appointment.
In L.A.?
In L.A. Mm-hmm. And Joe Esposito had gotten a hold of my parents and said that he needed to talk to me. They reached my sister, and my sister met me at the appointment and told me that something was wrong, that Elvis was ill and in the hospital. And I went back home. The phone was ringing, and it was Joe on the phone, who said that he was sending a plane for me to come to Memphis. It was serious. And
he didn't tell you he was?
He did. He said it was serious and that Elvis died.
Did you ever see each other after the divorce?
Oh, absolutely, all the time. Absolutely.
So a relationship continued of some sort.
Right, so it froze up a bit then, but just sad to hear it, isn't it, guys? Sad to hear it. Let's, Joe Esposito, has the story changed at all? Because people do keep saying to me that the story keeps changing. Let's have a look. So obviously, I'm not going to agree with everything we hear on here, but what's this? Priscilla Presley and Lisa Marie talk about Elvis.
So Elvis was great for practical jokes or just creating an effect.
He also got a kick out of making everybody panic and freak out. When you'd get in a car with him when he was behind the wheel, this could be your last minute. Same thing with the plane. And all of a sudden, the captain would come on out and please fasten your seatbelt because he was going to land the plane. And it was just like everybody would stick their head between their knees, hide or something, you know, bury themselves in the sea. It was just like one of those, oh, good God moments. He always liked the danger.
Totally insane.
I love this, guys.
For a number of years.
Look, Buddy Holly and some old vintage footage.
He would do anything. In the beginning, I guess the Bible was the most important book to him.
We have, you know, a bunch of people over and he'd preach out of the Bible, which was funny because his stories were entirely different than what was in the Bible. I mean, he had a whole other version, very flamboyant, very expressive, and very funny.
See, I like that. A nice upbeat comment concerning Elvis from Priscilla. That's what we want. What is this? Elvis Presley at Christmas. Come on, let's see it.
You always here at Graceland have a big staff?
Yes, we did. We had a staff, in fact.
Because it's not a huge house. It's a nice size house.
It's a nice size house, but you have to remember when he bought it in 1957, this was an incredible home. It was a mansion and up like a plantation.
What did it cost?
What did it cost? About $100,000. Very expensive.
Let's head to the kitchen.
we had some great meals here. This was really the focus of all of our gatherings.
Had good cook?
Like, oh my goodness, yes, good Southern meals. Absolutely.
I love this kitchen. This was for its time. This is an incredible kitchen.
And this was an actual working kitchen. I mean, this place was packed all the time. We had cook full-time, cooking all the time.
Oddly enough, he really hadn't changed that much. He still enjoyed the companionship of his family and friends at dinner time, and it wasn't uncommon for 10 to 12 of them to be around this table when dinner was served, and that was usually around 9 or 10 in the evening.
What was his life like this last year, for instance?
He would stay up in his room for 1 week, 2 weeks.
See, I don't like this. This is disgusting. This man, I'm going to expose this man. He is an absolute joke, this man. It's disgusting how he talks about Elvis. Let's hear it out because we're going to defend Elvis.
At the time, popping pills, getting out of it, just trying to get away from the world. There was only two people that Presley ever really could rely on, and who he really loved, and that was his mother and his wife.
That's just so ridiculous. I agree with the mother bit, but his wife, that is a joke. She completely let him down. It's so obvious that these guys are just there for the money. No other reason. I guarantee you this guy has written books, anything to trash Elvis for money, and we're fed up with it, which is why this is why we've run a channel called Defending Elvis.
Colonel Tom Parker, his guru, Svengali, whatever you wish to call him, was a very, very dramatic and strong influence. I mean, after all, this was a man that started him off, or who indeed not started him off, but at least saw the massive potential in this sensational, charismatic talent. But his mother, Priscilla Presley, were the two real things he loved in his life. And when they went, it appeared that he had no real rudder.
Guy obviously has no clue what he's talking about. If he had done some proper research, he would have realised that Priscilla actually left him in early 1972, I would say, and was unfaithful to him, humiliated him, ran off with the karate instructor, Mike Stone. And after that, I think, from my research, they basically argued about Lisa and money till the day he died. And she ripped him off with two. The second divorce settlement was a joke. She even, in her own way, tried to take Graceland's. Just an opinion for entertainment purposes, guys.
Close to your father?
Yes.
And we just
Ask me if
You're married and almost a year later you have
hang on. Let's
You're married and almost a year later you have a baby, right?
Yes, my daughter.
First, what kind of husband was Elvis?
He was wonderfully loving, caring. He was a product of the business, and that was his only way of life.
Hello.
He loved it. He, he traveled all over before he was even really discovered by Colonel Parker, and had venues that he would appear at.
So that made it difficult for as a husband in what way? A lot of women around him, obviously.
All the time.
How'd you handle that?
Very difficult.
Get ticked?
Yes. I mean, to be put in that position of
This is funny because she was being unfaithful as well. This is how ridiculous it is.
admiration, I think it would be very difficult for any woman.
What she should have said is, yeah, Elvis was a bit naughty, but so was I. So was
It
I.
really was all about Elvis.
And she says it really was all about Elvis. No, because she had a car, it was given a car, she could do whatever she wanted. She had complete freedom.
Every way, in every move, in every, in every situation.
And that is the loyal wife.
Elvis was great for practical jokes.
Was Elvis the great love of your life?
For this, you know how I feel about this interview, guys. Piers Morgan's interview where he literally kisses Priscilla's ass constantly all the way through the interview.
Yes, he was.
Is there one song that Elvis sang which resonates most with you?
That's a hard question. That's the hardest one you've asked me. Gosh, probably It's Now or Never, because I heard him sing that in Germany, actually. And that was given to him through the record label. To watch him sing the song and try to reach the notes in perfection is what he was looking for, to perfect those notes, because his tone, his pitch was not as high in that particular song. So he would always try to reach it and mess up and then hit his leg and try it again and again and again. So watching him kind of rehearse and trying to get it right was an experience.
You know what? I never know whether to believe Priscilla because she has twisted the truth so many times. So I'm playing some of my old shorts. I've only got 10 minutes left. I did these before I started defending Elvis. Every time Priscilla speaks now, I'm like, I read between the lines and I wonder if it's true.
Did you and the King ever get it on?
So this is Nancy Sinatra. She met Elvis when he was on his way back from the army. She gave him a silk shirt as a gift from her father, Frank. Nancy Sinatra follows us on Twitter because we also have a Twitter Elvis channel, and she follows us, so she knows we exist.
I wish I could say yes, but no.
Oh, really?
No.
I heard that you romanced each other back around 1968.
You did? Oh, that's neat. No, didn't happen.
How come? No chemistry?
When I met him, I was 19 and engaged to Tommy Sands, and when we did the film, he was married and pregnant.
I don't get to meet that many people who knew Elvis.
So, I love Nancy Sinatra. I'm a big fan of Nancy Sinatra.
I mean, did we sleep together? I could bring it up because it didn't happen. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. He was a great kisser.
He was a good kisser?
Yeah.
The King could kiss. We all know that. I've seen the movies. You can tell that in the movies, yeah. But what was he like as a person? You know, so he was a good kisser.
Funny and sweet and fidgety. He would always be moving, either his foot.
That's my
And he smoked these long
cigarellos.
Yeah.
Cigarellos. I've seen pictures of him smoking those.
Yeah.
So, hi Lorna. So, in answer to your question, by the way, I've only got 7 minutes left. But I might do a live drive or a drive live, whatever. I got to take Yasmin and drop her off to dancing, so I might do a live on the way. But did you like making shorts, or did you feel YouTube forced you into it for viewers? 100% I was not forced into it by YouTube. I actually started my Elvis channel doing shorts, and it was doing the shorts that sort of introduced me to, I could do an Elvis channel. I remember when I started my Elvis channel, it had nothing to do with defending Elvis. I was just an Elvis fan, and I was just retelling the story of Elvis, and anyone that was connected to Elvis. It could have been anyone. It could have been a girlfriend, the Memphis Mafia. It could have been an employee. It could have been Priscilla. It could have been Muhammad Ali or Tom Jones or Neil Diamond. You name it. I was just doing shorts, and I was tying them all together. I wasn't in them myself at first. That came later. So no, I never felt forced to do shorts.
But I also was confused because I was so upset, and the pandemonium that happened after was a little bit confusing.
For the first time, you're actually going to participate in a candlelight vigil?
Yes.
Why?
Whenever I watch this short, I always look at Lisa's face. She does not look happy. Lisa Marie looks gutted.
It just seems like it's the right time.
When you come here and you see now on the 35th anniversary, I mean, there are just masses of people outside for candlelight vigil. Are you somewhat struck with awe that people still decades later come here to honor Elvis this way?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the force of Elvis. And I remember Elvis saying that he didn't really know, if he gave up singing, if he did want to retire. He felt that people would forget him. And to see this every year.
Retire. Elvis retire. It's just unthinkable. But honestly, every time Priscilla speaks, I wonder what game she's playing. That's how I feel.
Ginger came on the scene. Ginger is a very pretty.
This is interesting. I remember making this. This shows you Billy Smith did not like Ginger Alden.
Woman, and she was young. Here's a 22-year-old that's got a lifestyle that she likes, and here's a 42-year-old that's done everything in the world and not too much interested in him anymore. She acts like she don't want to be around sometimes. I said, Ginger.
So if Ginger watched this, she wouldn't agree with this. She would say it was very different. I just don't think some of the Memphis Mafia liked Ginger. I think they all were still in love with Linda Thompson. So when Ginger came along and was discussing things that the Memphis Mafia and Billy and the Stanleys were doing, they didn't like it. So she was unpopular.
Like showing you off. The fact that she's going with you, she wants her family to meet you, her friends to meet you, and she enjoys nightclubs, pool parties. In order to hold her, you've got to go to her lifestyle and not so much expecting her to do all yours. Experienced a whole year of him and Ginger, and I am sick to the bone of it. And I told my wife, I said, I am sick of it. I said, I wish he would ditch her, get somebody else. I said, but nothing you say seems to change his mind. I've just about had it. I said, I just can't handle it. She said, look, I never will forget that because it stood out. She said, just bear with him. She said, because, we might not have him long. Ginger came on to say.
So when you see any other videos and different opinions coming from Billy concerning Ginger, compare it to this one, guys. I can only play one more because I have to go. I'm taking Yasmin to her dance class. I may do a live on defending Elvis on the way there and back. So we'll see.
He had asked me to move into Graceland, but I never did, and he said, I respect you for that. I just didn't at the time. It wasn't my way. I was up there pretty much every day, and I just think the portrayal, the image of him, has been really unfair. And Elvis was not someone sitting up and gorging on. He could be compulsive sometimes when eating certain foods, but this image, I never once saw him eat the famous fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches. I never once saw that.
So I guess your biggest concern has been that he's been defined by those final months of his life, and you're saying that what people perceived was his life really was not the reality.
He was never bored. He didn't act down. We laughed. We watched television. He played the organ in his room. Sometimes we went out. We rode three-wheelers. He had these great fun three-wheelers.
You still miss him?
Yeah, of course. I miss that we didn't get to see where he was going to go and hear more of his music. He had a lot left to do.
See, I love that. Ginger Alden's positive. Elvis had a positive outlook, was looking forward to the future. So don't believe all the negative crap that Elvis was crawled up in a ball and didn't want to live. It's bullshit. Elvis was looking forward to the future. He was optimistic. Remember, they had done many things. They had gone to the fair. They'd gone to the movies. The night before, he was playing racquetball. He was on his piano, singing. Anyone that portrays Elvis like he was about to kill himself, like Dave Stanley says, Elvis wanted to die, wanted to commit suicide, committed suicide. It's bullshit, guys. Don't fall for it. I'm going to play this one more time because This is how Elvis was at the end.
He had asked me to move into Graceland, but I never did, and he said, I respect you for that. I just didn't at the time. It wasn't my way. I was up there pretty much every day, and I just think the portrayal, the image of him, you know, has been really unfair. And, you know, Elvis was not someone sitting up and gorging on. He could be compulsive sometimes when eating certain foods. But this image, I never once saw him eat a fried peanut butter, the famous fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches. I never once saw that.
So I guess your biggest concern has been that he's been defined by those final months of his life. And you're saying that what people perceived was his life really was not the reality.
He was never bored. He didn't act down. We laughed. We watched television. He played the organ in his room. Sometimes we went out. We rode three-wheels. He had these great fun three-wheelers.
You still miss him?
Yeah, of course. I miss that we didn't get to see where he was going to go and hear more of his music. He had a lot left to do. He had.
Okay, guys, gotta go. So yeah, I look forward to that. Thank you. So guys, I have to shoot off, but I'm going to try and go live in a minute on defending Elvis in the car driving in. Okay, guys? Yeah, Elvis history. I look forward to your video giving us a shout out. That would be lovely. It works both ways. Obviously, we'll give you a shout out. Of course we will. So I look forward to that, my friend. Thank you. See you all soon. And unfortunately, I've got to shoot off, take Yasmin to her dancing and just dropping her off. Okay, guys? I'll see you live on Defending Elvis in a couple of minutes, hopefully. See you in a minute.